The Surface Freedom Roll features 3 simple sections to create this earthy yet confident roll with whimsical braided detail. For the Freedom Roll, we pre-prepped the hair using Jump Mousse as well as Swirl Sea Salt Spray for a beautiful blow dry. We then worked with our Theory spray, working to set the hair directionally. I set the hair a little softer on the opposite side with a larger curling iron, and then worked through the top a little bit tighter, still working directionally, and clip it to set. On the right side here, we actually worked in an upward motion using a smaller curling iron so that I have the texture I need to create this look. To separate the curls, we're going to begin with our shine wax, giving added shine to the hair as well as giving nice detail to the curls. So I'll just take a small amount right onto my hands here, also protecting Tia's hair while I'm working. We'll rake through the curls real easily, making sure to maintain that direction into the hair. We'll then go ahead and prep the hair using our Trinity Dry Shampoo at the scalp so that as she perspires throughout the day, the style will continue to hold for her. We'll then work with our surface push powder so that the cornstarches and sugar fibers give the hair texture at the base as well as a great place for my pins to attach to. We'll begin sectioning the hair, working along the side ridge on both sides of the head. We're going to go ahead and take out right along that side ridge and then curving right down behind the ear, taking and removing the red zone. We'll then do the same thing on the opposite side, working into 3 sections. Our first section that we'll be working in is right down the center. We'll be working this into a simple ponytail right at the top of the head. So we'll take the entire section, and as we move this ponytail all the way up to the top, I'm going to be working with my bamboo brush as well as my shine wax by taking a small amount of the shine wax, working with it right onto my hands and massaging it right into the bristles of the brush. This is going to allow me to gain a really nice smooth ponytail. Now that we've created our ponytail, we're going to be working with some back combing so that we can create the support I'm going to need for my roll to lay out on top of. So we're going to work with our texture paste. The light bamboo fibers are really going to help hold the hair as well as give me the texture I need to support the roll. So just a small amount on my fingertips. We're going to work right through the ends of the hair. We'll go ahead and pick up our TK2 comb. And when we're going to work with our back combing, we're going to work with more of a push and then a pull type technique. The reason for this is I want to maintain as much of the ponytail as I can. So we're going to come in about an inch above, I'm going to push, and I'm going to pull it out to the side, all the way up to the base until I get to the top. Now we're going to go ahead and smooth the ponytail. We'll come back to that boar bristle brush with our shine wax, working with a small amount of that shine wax right onto the brush to help smooth that roll into place. I'll lay it over the top of my hand, just smoothing that edge so that I can give it a nice roll. I'll mist the hair with our Theory spray, allowing me to have great hold but still maintaining complete movement and control of the hair. We'll go ahead and we're going to take that hair and roll it right down to the bottom, right down by that side ridge here. And I'll put my first pin in right at the back side here so that the roll will lay flat on the bottom and stay open at the top. As I pin that front side, I want to make sure I maintain that twist in the front because that's the beginning portion of my roll. Now to close the gap between the roll and that right side ridge, we'll take a few pins and I'm going to capture a bit of the hair here and pull it over to the side, filling in my gap. Now that we've completed our roll, we're going to be working into our right side. This is the side that's going to now lay that texture over the top and really close up our roll. The extra texture with the extra curl here will really help give that texture I need. So I'm going to work with my shine wax here, a little bit on my hands just to protect Tia's hair while I'm working, as well as to keep the hair shiny while I'm working as well. I want to work with a little bit of texture paste just in through the base where I'm working so that I can give that nice texture to the hair for some light back combing. We're going to work with our TK2 comb here, and just a light push just gently throughout is going to give the hair a little bit more fullness, as well as continue with that added texture that I need. We'll go right into that base section. Again, just some soft, light back combing. Next, we'll be able to take and rake over the top our roll. I want to make sure that I get the back nice and tight. So I'll go ahead and take one pin and secure it right here at the base. At this point now we can go ahead and take the remainder of the hair and drop it right over the top and pin in place. As we're completing raking the hair right over the top and completing that roll, I'm just taking a couple of bobby pins and right through the side here where I want the texture to lay, but I need to tack it in place. I'm just taking my bobby pin sideways and finding those spots where I need to tack them in and just placing that bobby pin there. Next, we're going to be working on embellishment on that left side here. So we're going to be working with a simple reverted braid here so that we can create a nice rose for texture. I'll be working with my shaping wax, just a small amount right onto my fingertips, and raking that right through the hair so that it gives it a nice control, as well as adding shine to the hair and some texture. We'll be working in a diagonal manner, taking my first slice. I'm going to have Tia tip just slightly for me, and we'll go ahead and take 3 sections. This braid is a reverse French braid, so we'll be working underhand by taking the outside section and coming underneath, and then again underneath. To pick up, we take up on the left-hand side, and then also on the right. Again, we take the strands and we go underhand, and then underhand. Pick up a strand, working right through the entire red zone, but keeping that braid lifted up towards the roll. We'll take the outside and turn under, and the left side and turn under. We're going to complete the braid by doing the same thing all the way through the entire section. We continue and finish the braid just by taking the hair under and under, and as we get to the bottom, we'll secure it with an elastic. The next step is to open up the braid so that we can create our rose on the side to embellish our updo. So we'll work with our shine wax here to give the hair tremendous shine and control while I'm working. A small amount on my fingertips is all I need, and then we'll begin opening up the braid. So just by taking my fingers on the outside, I can open that braid up and create more texture. This is what will create the petals to the flower. So we'll go ahead and continue right up through the top here, all the way until I get just behind the ear. I'll stop opening up it at that point. Now that we've completed our braid, we're going to continue to work with our shine wax here. Take a small amount on my fingertips. I'm going to tuck the back of the tail underneath so that I don't see the tail. And I'll start pinwheeling the rose here so that the petals or the outside of the braid stays to the outside. That's where our flower is going to take place. Once I have that completed, I can go ahead and pin it in place, making sure to pin any of the petals down that I need. As we've finished our rose, now we go to our final finish. We'll work with our Earthy spray for control and flexibility and shine. And we're going to now add our last final finish of our Bassu Shine Spray.